live from Zoom. It's New Thought Philly.
Bill, it said I don't have permission.
And you're logged into the YouTube account that is using the New Thought Philly.
Yes, I am.
Jesus, good morning. PJ, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm not sure how to fix that other than to try it one more time, Annie. All right, we're gonna go from here.
Here's Reverend Bill with your God Call.
What if you had the recipe for perfection? What if you knew what the ingredients were that, when mixed together in a particular way, would yield something that is absolutely perfect, joyous, wonderful, delightful, and harmonious? What if everything that were required were already available to you right here and right now? Would there be anything stopping you from heading into the kitchen and mixing up a big batch of fabulous? Well, it's all at hand. You can do it right now. So set the intention to bring about something wonderful and start mixing.
Oh Lord, I'm grateful, so very thankful. I feel a blessing, divine caressing. Oh Lord, I'm grateful, so very thankful. My soul's addressing the prayers I'm dancing. When I wake up, I pray. How can I serve today? I surrender all confusion. I live in humanhood, no one's misunderstood. We are all a holy union. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Oh Lord, I'm grateful, so very thankful. I feel a blessing, divine caressing. Oh Lord, I'm grateful, so very thankful. My soul's addressing the prayers I'm dancing. When I wake up, I pray. How can I serve today? I surrender all confusion. I live in humanhood, no one's misunderstood. We are all a holy union. Come on, y'all. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Oh yeah, we are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Oh.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And good morning, New Thought Philadelphia. We are here on Zoom again today, celebrating the wonderful part about being on Zoom. Jamie Lula is zooming in from Los Angeles. And of course, we have other parts of the country. We've got Wisconsin, we've got North Carolina, we've got New Mexico all represented here, even New Jersey. has made it into the Zoom this morning. So there's, there's wonderful possibilities here, and we celebrate whatever we have, and invite in the good. In fact, that's what we're talking about today: is change the world. So being on Zoom, you guys know the drill. We're going to keep our microphones muted except when we're sharing, so we don't have a cacophony and everybody talking at once, which sounds all kinds of funny. Except for now. Go ahead and unmute your microphone so you can repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open
myself
myself to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to the awareness of the good surrounding me.
I open myself to the awareness of the good
surrounding
me.
And I know love is right here, right now.
I know love
is right here,
right now.
And so it is.
And
so it is.
So it is.
is.
Woohoo! Exercise your mute button one more time as I remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. Whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you to our Zoom today, wherever you're heading next, we've been expecting you. Welcome home. So we believe that there's one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we're each using that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. So we like to say around here, your new life begins with a new thought. So if you have a cell phone or a smart and unruly interrupting watch or something along those lines, go ahead and put it on shush for the next hour or so that we can turn within and connect with each other. I'm Reverend Bill Marchiony. As I said, our music today is by Jamie Lula, and just wonderful, wonderful to have him with us today. And our practitioner, one of our two practitioners for the celebration today, we got, because the practitioner corps is growing, we've got two. And Joe is going to be leading us in the meditation a little bit later, but right now, to open us in prayer is Jesus.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you. Let's each one of us go to our kitchen. And let's prepare the meal that we want to experience in this morning. I guess breakfast. Let's prepare our breakfast. The eggs of goodness, the grapefruit or the grapefruit fruit of our fountain, of the eternal fountain that's within each one of us. Let's toast to the goodness and the unity of life, where we live and move and have our being. It's good, it's pleasant, it's wonderful to be here in unity, in freedom and balance, in health and wealth, and work and love and spirit. We're so grateful. And I claim this gratefulness for each one of us. Today, in this morning, what words could describe the infinite, where we live in that field of pure potentiality, that pure consciousness, where we have everything. Whatever we want, whatever we need, whatever we desire and pray, believing, imagine, feeling it, that is ours here right now, today, and it is done unto us according to what we believe. We want to change our experience, we change our belief. And if we are sitting in the dark room, we turn on the light. And that light comes because that light is in each one of us. Sometimes a veil is stopping us, sometimes it's a current. Let's remove that current this morning and let that light shine right here in this Zoom meeting, for they could see our good works and glorify that Father, that Mother, that Spirit, that intelligence, that wisdom, which is within each one of us. And I claim this through the music, through the reading, through the meditation, through the speaker, through the flames of faith, through each one of us here, because each one of us bringing that light. Each one of us is bringing that goodness, that unity of love, which is right here, right now. Hear all new thought. The Lord, our God, is one. And we're going to love him with all our hearts, with all our strength, and with all our might. Because it's not with might or with a sword, but with the Spirit of the Lord, says the Lord. And right now, that Spirit is infiltrating in us, through us, all around us. It is us. This goodness is right here. The kingdom is right at hand. Let's grab it, make it ours. And everything else, what we decide should be added on to. So with gratitude, I claim this word for each one of us here in this Zoom meeting. And I let it go to that Lord of mine that always say yes. And once again, it say yes. So it is. Amen.
So it is. So it is. Thank you, Jesus. And I know you guys, so in your spiritual breakfast, you can substitute gluten-free toast and turkey bacon and tofu for whichever pieces you want, because, you know, that's what we get to do. So the reason for doing a prayer is not to impress God. The reason for doing a prayer is because it changes the experience we're having in life. And I actually have heard from a couple of you about great prayer work stories that you have. So if you have one that you'd like to share, go ahead and raise your hand and we'll give some voice to it. Okay, Jane's hand goes up first.
Hey, good morning, everybody. So as some of you know, my daughter lives in Salt Lake City. She's been there for a couple of years now. And a few weeks ago in the apartment that she was living in, one of the tenants downstairs decided to start harassing her and another one of her roommates with a Nazi flag. And my daughter felt very uncomfortable, and they decided they needed to move out. So they went to stay with her boyfriend's parents for a little while, and they were very unhappy. They couldn't figure out how they were going to find another apartment at a good price because everything's so expensive. So I did a practical prayer. I kept affirming. I said, Kendall, when you start looking again, your perfect apartment's out there. It's going to have everything you need. It's going to be better than what you guys had before. So a couple days later, she went apartment hunting, and lo and behold, she was the first person to get to this phenomenal apartment that there was a long line of people behind them. But the landlord said, well, it's first come, first serve. Whoever comes here first, if your application clears, you've got the apartment. So they were there first, they got the apartment, and she moved in on Friday, this past Friday. And she said, oh my gosh, Mom, she goes, it's so much better and more. She said, not only because her boyfriend is a professional drummer, she said, there's a whole extra bonus room, which we are now creating as Matt's drumming room. And so much extra room in the apartment. And she said, our neighbors are super cool. She said, the minute we drove up to look at the apartment, there were pride flags on the front lawn and prayer flags and Buddhas. And she said, it's just so amazing here. So, and she can walk to work. It's within walking distance to her job. So she doesn't have to put wear and tear on her car. So prayer works.
Prayer works. That is awesome. And I think that's definitely an upgrade from the Nazi flags to the pride flags. It's just personal judgment. Other prayer work stories. Linda.
Good morning, everybody. Jesus, thank you for the wonderful opening meditation, and your breakfast metaphor was great. I'm having cheesecake left over from last night. So anyway, I have a great prayer work story. My daughter's in town. She got here Wednesday, and she had to go and she went to see her dad, and she was going to walk into some plumbing problems. She wasn't really sure what was going to happen, but she called a plumber against his wishes, but she called a plumber. She showed up on Thursday morning and said, Dad, a plumber's coming and I don't want to hear anything about it. So the plumber showed up because he has like the pipe in the kitchen sink was broken and he had a bucket underneath. I mean, it's like, he was a mess. So Before she left, she's like, I'm gonna have to do plumbing. I'm gonna have to do. I said, I took her hands. I said, close your eyes, take a breath, take a big breath, exhale. And I held her hands and I said, everything is in divine right order. Things are gonna work out that you can't even imagine right now. Just relax. So when she came home, guess the plumber showed up. Plumber called a remediation company. They called somebody out to test this for asbestos and lead paint, and the house is like 50 years old. They checked for all this stuff. And while she's talking to the remediation guy and he's talking to the insurance company, and he goes, well, we can't match these cabinets. So basically the bottom line is he's getting a whole new kitchen. So it went from fixing the pipe to, and she came home, she goes, oh my God, Mom. And I said, see, told ya. Anyway, that was just a great outcome. So
That is perfect. What a wonderful story. Yeah, I love when that happens.
thanks.
Anybody else? One more? Okay.
I have a prayer work story.
Okay. I was waiting for your camera to come on or your hand to wave or something.
Sorry, no camera.
That's Annie hiding behind the New Thought Philly logo, by the way.
I'm still in my PJs. Anyway, so I after hurting my back, it impacted my salary significantly. And I had a talk over the summer of prayer with Breen, and he told me about his experience with tithing. And so I started tithing, and I started to experience more prosperity. And then at the second half of August, I forgot to send my tithe. So the other day I was feeling stressed out about money, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to send my tithe. So I got on Venmo, sent the money over, and I was like feeling stressed because I'm like, okay, I'm stressed about money, but here I am giving away more of it. And Kate texts me a picture of some mail coming, and the mail shows up. This is right after I sent the tithe. The mail shows up that night, and it's a letter telling me this grant through the state of Pennsylvania for nurses for COVID relief. I had applied for it, but then they said they had so much interest that it now became a lottery. And so it's like, okay, you can get it, but now you have to get picked in a lottery. And then I got the letter that night that I was selected in the lottery, and this grant will be paying off, I think like 30% of my student loans.
Bam. I love those stories. I love those stories. Prayer works in all kinds of wonderful different ways. And just a quick reminder that our practitioner interns are available for free sessions as they're working through the final bit of their training. That's Jesus and Carolyn and Bobby and Courtney. So you make an appointment with them and give it a whirl for yourself. Sandy's got some announcements for us now.
Good morning. Let me get my announcements back up. Just give me a second. Whoa. Hold on there. Okay, this big batch of wonderful information is on our website at newthoughtphilly.org and in our weekly e-newsletter. Please sign up on the website so we can keep in touch. Twice a day, we have a community check-in and meditation on Zoom. Everyone's welcome. They're inspiring and fun and quick, less than 15 minutes start to finish. Episode 66 of Reverend Bill's Practical Prayer Podcast is 2 Steps for Jesus. It's on Apple, Google, Spotify, or Stitcher. You can watch the live stream of the recording session on Monday at 1 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. The affiliated New Thought Network Fall Retreat takes place September 26th to 30th, online and at the Unity Village. It'll be a powerful week of speakers, music, workshops with a wonderful group of people just like you. Register now for the virtual retreat. Follow our social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and join the 1,119 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. The Power of 8 Intention Circle meets on Zoom every Monday at 6:30 p.m. And the Women's Circle meets on Zoom on the third Thursday, which is this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. And you can contact me for information. I'll put my number in the chat. Our spiritual nature is such that we live in the world, but are not of the world. A big part of living in the world is to take part in the society. And this fall means to vote. There's a lot to be decided on November 8th, so be sure to register now, be prepared, and vote. There's less than 2 weeks left for the Summer Unexpected Income Club. It's open to all. Sign up online, say the daily prayer, and when extra funds flow your way, share the story and donate 10% to New Thought Philly. We're grateful for your tax-deductible donations by PayPal, check, Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle. And thank you to the team that makes our Zoom celebrations work and has fun doing it. If you're interested in joining that team, you can go to our website and click on volunteer, and I will respond to you. Next Sunday is online with Brotherly Love. Reverend Bill discusses deep bonds and the way that our brothers, as part of our family of origin, are also among the best poised to push our buttons. Oh boy, is that true. Live original music by Jillian Grassi. The practitioner interns are doing full sessions at no charge to complete their training. Contact them to set up an appointment. After the celebration, Jesus will be available for a quick miracle and a minute prayer, and we'll leave the meeting open for people to talk among ourselves after the service.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much. And we love to welcome people who are with us for the first time. At this point, the person who we know who's here with us for the first time is Jamie Lula. What happened to Jamie? Jamie? Well, that'll be interesting because right after we welcome our new visitors, Jamie's going to play a song for us. And that'll be a thing. So let's go ahead and rub our hands together. Generate some warmth. Know that love is unfolding right here and right now. Send out some love. We are the bright light of God's love. I'm so grateful for the wonderful way that we're shining that light and sharing our love today. And welcome home. So you guys, you go into gallery view, and I'm going to find a video real quick that we can share. And as we play the song, you get to connect with the people who are in community with.
Put on Teddy Pendergrass, you're my greatest inspiration. Y'all look so good, so beautiful.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every breath you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know right now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out, just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when we're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing. You're here to do amazing things. Amazing. You're amazing.
So that's Megan McDonough covering for Jamie, who apparently had his computer crash, which happens. Jamie, you're back.
I'm so sorry. My computer just went black. I'm so sorry.
It happens. We're not going to worry about that. And you're back, and getting back from Los Angeles that quickly is a pretty cool thing. So we're going to do the Flames of Faith now, and Dana is going to lead us.
Okay, we perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from one power, love, intelligence, which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as his highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. The reading today is sharing from Deepak Chopra, and it's brought to us by Carla Ann.
Good morning, everyone. Hokey doke. Adaptation is a miraculous thing because it proceeds by quantum leaps. Without a doubt, the physical world adapts itself by creative leaps that take place at a deeper level. Call this level genetic or conscious, as you will. Swirling chaos is a reality, but so is order and growth, which is dominant. Science has yet to arrive at a conclusion because more than 90% of the physical universe is composed of mysterious dark matter. Since it has yet to be observed, it's an open question what the fate of the cosmos might be. Religion is firmly on the side of order for the simple reason that God made the world out of chaos. According to science, there is a delicate balance between creation and destruction, with billions of years having elapsed in the maintenance of that balance. However, since cosmic forces on a huge scale haven't been able to rip apart the delicate fabric that wove the beginnings of life, a reasonable person might conclude that evolution is using chaos the way a painter uses the jumbled colors in his box. On the personal level, you can't reach unity while you're ruled by the whirling of thoughts and impulses in your head, but still you can use your mind to find its own source. With all their hearts, the earthly quantum pioneers, including Einstein, did not want to create new dimensions beyond time and space. They wanted to explain the universe as it appeared. The current superstring theory that descended from Einstein used 11 dimensions to explain the visible world. Religion has always held that God inhabits the world beyond the five senses. Science is the same transcendent realm. Science uses the same transcendent realm to explain how particles separate to billions of light years, could act like mirror twins, how light behaves as both particle and wave, and how black holes can create matter beyond the clutches of gravity and time. Ultimately, the existence of multi-dimensions is irrefutable. At the simplest level, they had to be somewhere that space and time came from during the Big Bang. And by definition, that somewhere can't be in time and space. Accepting that you, as a citizen of a multidimensional universe, a multidimensional being, is far from mystical then. It's the hypothesis one can make given the facts. The choice is to be conscious or not, which brings us to the possibility for transformation. No one disputes the fact that life consists of change, but can a person simply by altering his or her consciousness actually bring about a deep transformation and not just another superficial change? Transformation and change are two different things. The key to true transformation is that nature doesn't move forward in step-by-step movements. It takes quantum leaps all the time, and when it does, old ingredients simply aren't simply recombined. Something new appears in creation for the first time, an emergent property. For example, if you examine hydrogen and oxygen, they are light, gaseous, invisible, and dry. It took a transformation for those two elements to combine and create water. And when that happened, an entirely new set of possibilities emerged with it. The most important, from our point of view, being life itself. Your body, which is bonding millions of molecules every second, depends on transformation. Breathing and digestion, to mention just two processes, harness transformation. The emergent property in this case is the newest of the thought. No molecules in the history of the universe ever combined to produce that result. Air entering your lungs combines in thousands of ways to produce cells that have never existed before in just the way they exist in you. And when you use oxygen to move your muscles are performing actions that, however they may be similar to those of other people, are unique expressions of you. If transformation is the norm, then spiritual transformation falls into place as an extension of where life has been going all along. While still remaining who you are, you can bring about a quantum leap in your awareness, and the sign that the leap is real will be somewhat emergent property you never experienced in the past. Wholeness is a state beyond personality. It emerges when I am, as it applies to you, is the same I am everywhere. Wholeness feels solid, eternal, without beginning or end. Wholeness brings a seamless, unified world, but you will not know what that world feels like until you give your allegiance to a new operating system. Shifting from the old system to the new one is a process, one that each of us must commit ourselves to every day. Our shared addiction to duality is total. It leaves nothing out. The good news is that no aspect of life is immune to transformation. Every change you make, however small, will be communicated throughout existence. Quite literally, the whole universe will be eavesdropping on you and lending you its support. From its point of view, the formation of the galaxy is no more momentous than the evolution of a single person. And so it is.
Amy, you need to turn on original sound. Or, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I had to change computers in the middle of this audio. How do I go to, because I'm, oh, there. Is there any way to turn on original sound?
Up on the top left corner of your screen, does it have next to the little green shield icon? Is there a thing that says original sound?
No, it comes up the Reverend Bill Marchiony's personal meeting room.
Okay, should be right next to that. All right, everybody else gets to watch as Reverend Bill does technical support. Go to the microphone icon, a little up arrow next to it. Go to audio settings.
Yes. Okay, I'm there. Yeah.
Scroll down there and music and professional audio. Turn on the show in meeting option to enable original sound.
Oh, show in meeting to enable original sound. Okay.
Yep. Check that and make sure echo cancellation is unchecked. And high fidelity audio is checked.
Okay.
close that. You should have a little control next to your green shield icon, and you can turn original sound. There we go. And so it is.
Oh, something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Feels like I'm walking on marbles. Can't still the earth beneath my feet. Is my head in the clouds, my naked legs left dangling. I can feel my heart begin to pound. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. A long dark night, my soul, it wanders. Can't see the light that moves me. If God is everything and everywhere that I belong, Spirit gently wakes me from my sleep. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, take me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, pull me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, I know I'm not the only one to live inside these blues. Oh Lord, I surrender my life to you. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I give my life, I give my love to you. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Love is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Patience is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Peace is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. What keeps calling you a little bit deeper than you've ever been before? Faith is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. God is calling me, and I'm grateful like I've never been before. Thank you for calling me. Thank you for calling me.
Thank you, Jamie. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Bill.
Beautiful. So I was just sitting there minding my own business. Then all of a sudden, ... That's how change happens. That's how transformation happens. Things are going along one way, and then all of a sudden, something happens. Something changes. For as long as almost all of us can remember, there's been a Queen of England. And it's been the same one. And then all of a sudden, there's a King of England. It's like, well, we've heard of that happening before, but I don't have any experience with that. So that's a little different. And that may or may not have any particular impact or influence on your life, other than there's a thing to be observing from a distance. Had the opportunity to do a wedding yesterday. It's out in Chester County. It was beautiful, beautiful on this farm. And Aaron and Jim have known each other for 16 years. They're high school sweethearts. It's just a wonderful story. And they've been together, and they've known that they're in love with each other for most of that 16 years. And then all of a sudden, they're married. And things are different. And in a lot of ways, things are the same. But in other ways, things are different. And we're going to talk about how that change, how that transformation that changes the world happens for us. I was remembering back in the good old days when I was working in the printing industry. We had big every 5 years trade show, and I was at the one. I was at Print 01, and I was traveling on business a lot at that time. And I came home before the show ended. It's like the week and a half long trade show, so I came home early. I came home on a Monday. And I remember on the flight home, I got upgraded to first class, and we're getting ready to land, and I take my laptop, which I'd been working with, and I go to stow it. And the guy sitting in the seat next to me gives me a hard time. He says, you just put it to sleep. You need to turn that all the way off. You need to shut that computer all the way down. I said, no, I don't. He says, it's for safety purposes. You're not allowed to leave your computer on. It'll interfere with the avionics. And we had this discussion, and so I think I wound up humoring him and shutting the computer down because it just didn't make that much of a difference to me. And this was back in the days where I had this little pocket knife that I carried on my keychain, sharp little blade, snapped out, and got to have it. And it was in my carry-on bag, which is where I kept my keys. And so I put my laptop back in the same bag where the little knife was, and flew home and thought nothing of it. And then the world changed, because that flight home was on September 10th, 2001. And the next day, bringing a knife on an airplane became very unpopular. And, and it turns out that people could make cell phone calls from an airplane, and that wasn't what was going to bring the airplane down. And the world changed, because we went from being a world where jet airliners didn't fly into buildings to a world where that happened. It's hard to remember now what it was like to go to the airport and not have to go through security screening when there was no such thing as the TSA. And the world changes. So you look at that from one perspective and you say, well, life is precarious. And because we never know what's going to happen that's going to change the world next. But you can look at that same exact process and say, life is full of possibilities. Something that's never happened before can happen now. And that's what our spiritual practice is about. It's what practical prayer is all about. It's looking at the circumstance and the situation that we're in now and saying, what do I want to have instead? What would I prefer to have instead? And as we let go of the belief that everything that has been needs to stay, it needs to keep going the way that it's been going. As we let go of that, we get to open up to something new. And that infinite creative power that Deepak was talking about, gets to create it. That evolution, that unfolding can include this newness that we're looking for. It can happen in a job. I mean, that's the way the way a job search is described in What Color Is Your Parachute? Described in one sentence. No, 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 yes. And that yes is where the transformation is, because we get to go from not having a job or not having a job that we're satisfied with to having a job. Same thing with a relationship. How long is it going to take you to find that person to have a meaningful, committed, loving relationship with? Well, if you said probably 15 years, you're probably right. And if you say it can happen instantaneously, you're also right. Because it's not the universe out there that's controlling the experience that we're having. It's when we open to it, when we allow that new experience to come along, that it can happen. Same thing applies in everything. It applies in our health and our physical comfort. You know, if there's that twinge in my shoulder, how long is it going to take for that to go away? Or in my case, my left hip. I'm perfectly ready to have that go away. And there seems to be a little bit of activity that's still possible. And then all of a sudden, everything changes. The world changes, and it can change instantaneously. When the phone rings, when a text message comes in, when the car in the other lane swerves. We had the experience a couple of years ago where Dina was babysitting for our grand dog, and she inadvertently tripped over the dog, and she went from having a pleasant Saturday afternoon to a spiral fracture in her arm, including surgery and all sorts of stuff. All of a sudden, the world changes. Whether it's the big world or our experience of the world, it changes. Here's a term that will remind you that the change can happen instantaneously, because it's actually right there in the term: flash flood. Okay, we go from a drought to a flash flood. It happened last week. That can happen. It's a flash. That's why they call it a flash flood. It doesn't take any time for that to unfold. It just happens, and then things continue on. They might be tremendously different. They might be very similar. It was about a year ago that that hurricane Ida went through, and we wound up with the Vine Expressway turned into a canal that would rival the ones in Venice. It didn't last, more than a couple of days. It was not an impressive canal, but that was something to see. People surfing on Main Street. I mean, that was a thing. And that's not the sort of thing that people would be envisioning or inviting or thinking about necessarily. But then all of a sudden, something happens. So what does all that mean? As I go through all of these different stories and all of these different examples, it means that we are always at choice. We always have the opportunity to be grateful for what we have, for the way things have been going, to settle into that feeling of thankfulness for the wonderful way that these aspects and elements of my life are unfolding. And at the same time, we have the opportunity to look at what we don't like and choose something different, to invite something different into our world. And that's how we, on a personal level, change the world. So the question is for you: what's the change that you're inviting? What's the change that you want to see in the world? Because you get to be the change that you want to see. The first place that it happens is in you, in your consciousness, in your mind, in your heart. So there's no limit here. A flash flood of love. It's possible for us. Whatever it is that we're opening ourselves up to, that infinite creative power that has created everything always has the same answer. It always says yes. And it's ready to say yes again for each of us and for all of us. So choose well, set your intention, let go of your disbelief in what hasn't been working, and open something new and wonderful, because you deserve it. You are wonderful. And so it is. Jamie?
into your hands. I commit my spirit into your hands. I commit my soul into your hands. I surrender into your hands. Oh Lord, I don't know what the divine plan is. Can't make sense of what I can't see. Yet I know that it's in order beyond my wildest dreams. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands I surrender. Into your hands, oh Lord. Serenity is not the absence of life going on around me. It's the stillness I find at any moment, and the truth that sets me free. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands I surrender. Into your hands, oh Lord. Into your hands, oh Lord. Into your hands, oh Lord. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands I surrender, I surrender. Into your hands, oh Lord. Into your hands, oh Lord. Into your hands, oh Lord. My Lord, sweet Lord, dear Lord.
Okay, I think that's my cue. That song really spoke to me, so thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. I kind of stumbled on that book for the reading, the Book of Secrets, and got a little bit carried away reading that chapter. So as we go into some meditation, I took a little section that I think fits. And
we can use that as a stepping off point for the meditation. So let's get comfortable in our chairs. You can close your eyes, you can go into a soft focus. You can sit up straight, but the point is just to be comfortable so you can hold that position and just relax and go with it. Settle in, and we'll start with a few deep breaths. Take a deep breath in, hold it at the top, and let it go. Feel that relaxation, that little bit of space. One more deep breath. In, hold it at the top, and release. Feel yourself connected to the ground. Support it. Know that the universe has your back. And one more deep breath. Take it in, hold it, and release. Now consider that our thoughts and desires are not the ultimate reality. Thoughts can be like leaves in the wind, but the core of consciousness is forever. We live from that core. Try to, as you settle in, just think about this. Let's drop in, find that place somewhere in our physical being or in our consciousness where that core, that essence resides, and feel it. Explore it. You can't touch the edges of it. It keeps going and going because it's infinite. But settle into that infinite space and think about living from that core of your consciousness that underpins everything. You can focus on the breath. Just watch your breath in and out. Thoughts come, thoughts go. Just let them float by. And rest in that consciousness, that core. Take that into the quiet.
Behold, will make all things new. The changeless, the bornless, the deathless, the one, the cause, where everything springs forth, all forms, everything that we see is temporary. The unseen, the spirit, is eternal. All things in forms is different. The changeless in forms multiplied himself through everything we see, through every leaves. It's not one of the same. Everything is different. Every snowflakes, every drop, every grain of sand. We could call it a miracle of life. Every being, human, is a unique expression of the infinite field of pure potentiality. Everything changed in form of the formless, that creative force that create each one of us. It's waiting to be recognized in each one of us. Even the truth waits for recognition. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone opens his heart, his mind, I will sup with him and him with me, him and her together forever. It's the journey of changeless, of evolution. And it's so great, so good to know this truth, to recognize, to realize, to embody the changeless in each one of us. With love and gratitude, I speak this word of intention, of reality, of truth, and I drop it in the ocean of life, of that law of mind, that substance that we cannot see, but it comes to form in the seeing eyes, what we see here today. This great celebration, this great manifestation of God in each one of us. And I release it with gratitude and thanksgiving to that law of mind that always say yes. And so it is. Take a deep breath in. Bring yourself back to the Zoom meeting as Jamie Lula sing this next song for us.
Love is my choice. Love is my decision. I wish you peace. I wish you joy. I wish you love, 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 love. I wish you faith in yourself to reveal all that you've come here to be. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. Oh. strength. I wish you courage, wish you love, 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 love. I wish you purpose to create all your dreams and co-conspire with the light of your life. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. Whoa, 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 whoa. Your answers to eternity are always deep inside. That freedom of expression is yours to choose right now. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Oh, love is my choice. Love is my decision. Oh, love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. And all the children sing, love is my religion. Love is. Love is my religion. Love is. Love is. Love
Beautiful, Jamie. Thank you. Oh, wonderful. So we've been planting seeds, a lot of different seeds for the last hour or so. If there's anybody who has something that's come up for you that you'd like to give voice to, we got a minute or two, and we can go ahead and do that. Just raise your hand or give a wave. Carla.
Hi, thank you for the music, for the reading, for the talk, for the meditation. It's all made me very pensive. And one of the things that I'm thinking about is my first trip to Europe was in April of 2001. And we were late. We were late getting to the airport. We did the whole OJ thing through the airport and got on the plane, got in, boarded 30 seconds before the plane took off. And that was my preferred method of flying, you know. Last time I had to go to the airport, I was there for 7.5 hours, which is not my preferred way of flying. And it's funny to think of everything that has happened between those two flights, and all the change and growth and some struggle and all kinds of things have happened in that time. And it's wonderful to know that there'll be more, I guess. It doesn't just give me hope, it inspires me to know that there will, even on my darkest days where I'm nothing's happening, nothing's growing, to know that that is just for a brief second, and that the transformation, the evolution will continue. I don't know if that made any sense, but that's what's going on in my head, and it was really cool, and you're all beautiful.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Carla. Sandy?
New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We have a donate button on the website to make a donation by credit card, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, or Venmo. We also have you can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. We're grateful for every way you share. The offering affirmation is on the screen. We'll say it together. I live
in an abundant universe.
I am one
with
with
the
the
infinite
source of
all
good.
good.
I am
I'm
the
a
Center of conscious prosperity. I enjoy the richness of life.
I
I
bless
I
bless my
bless my
gift.
gifts.
I share my
Share
gift
my
with
gifts with gratitude and joy.
I know that as I
I know that I
give,
give, I
I
do
I do
receive.
receive.
so it is.
so it is.
And so it is. Jamie Lula, one more.
Sunshine, your eyes, dewdrops, dragonflies. I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Oh, grateful. Your voice, waterfall, thrush song, coyote call. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Come on, y'all. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. So grateful. Your hugs, sweet kiss, holding hands in blind bliss. Whoa, 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 I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Come on, y'all. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. The shadows I conceal endeavor to reveal another part of me, embracing all that I perceive. Oh yeah, I'm grateful. Cut grass, jasmine bloom, honeysuckle, and your room. Whoa, 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 I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Sing it loud all. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Wake up every morning and sing it. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm grateful. So grateful. Do you feel a little grateful?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Jamie Lula. Come back anytime. I'm grateful for Jamie. Well, it was wonderful. Let us close with a cacophony. Go ahead and unmute your microphone and repeat after me. I am love.
I am
I am
love.
love.
I am light.
I am
I
light.
am light.
And let the love flow.
I let the love flow.
I let the light shine.
Let the light shine.
And I'm grateful I'm alive.
And I'm grateful I'm alive.
alive.
So it is.
So
So
it
it is.
Thank you so much. You guys, quick reminder that Jesus is available for Miracle in a Minute. You can get some transformation happening in your life.
In 1 minute.
Yep.
Blessings, y'all. Thank you.
Be
so
well,
much.
Jamie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you,
Thank you all
Jamie.
so much.